Hey, what's up? I'm Rashad.
Madison.
Miss Marvel, episode number 5. Of course, this is Hanging with the Joneses. All spoilers, gotta talk about the thing to talk about the thing. And this penultimate episode has proven to be the best episode of the series. Now, what are your overall thoughts?
I like this episode, honestly. I wish we had more of this during the season. I know we have to build up and stuff, but it shouldn't have took 4 episodes to build up to this.
Yeah, it was like I think I said after episode 3, like I really hope this stuff starts to pay off, and it actually did, and in a very creative way. So we have, of course, from the last episode, Kamala goes to the Veil, so back in time, and she ends up being at the train station. She's the one who gets to rescue her grandma, and she gets to visit and see her great grandmother. This is a very interesting kind of a timeline, timey wimey kind of play on it, because it really in reality is it creates a paradox. Because if I save my grandparent in the past and I make me, I still get made in the future. It's a paradox. So, but as for storytelling, kind of a mechanism, it works. Like it really works. One thing that they have been really nailing out of the park is like the graphics. Even like how they introduce the episodes, the Miss Marvel graphics always coincide with what's going on in the episode, and I really appreciate that. As far as the story goes, absolute best part. Like her going back and them showing us the partition and how it affects the people in India and how they were basically split between religions, and also how that they coincided that whole thing into the MCU. That's the storytelling that I like Marvel to do.
I just want to talk about how basically I was right. Because in the beginning of this, I said I think how it's all going to play out is the mom's going to realize the daughter is the hero, whatever, and the mom was actually just like her in a rebel, which the grandma put up in the pictures and showed and stuff that she was like Kamala.
Yeah, so that whole aspect of it being, the DNA of them all, you know what I'm saying, is still the same. And I do appreciate the resolution of that plot of, the mom understanding the mom and the mom understanding the daughter. Like that whole thing, that was great. That was really good. You know what I'm saying? This episode was very like warm and heartfelt. Like I really wasn't expecting that because I hadn't had any of those type of feelings beforehand. Even though
I liked it.
The only thing that I found super funny was your man was able to essentially get a girl because he gave her some food and a place to stay. Other than that, like it's a real cool story. I mean, it was dire straits for them. You know what I'm saying? So she was out there. He said, "Hey man, you seem kind of bad off. How about you come into my house? Give you something to eat, something warm to eat,
Something fried.
You know what I'm saying?
No one can resist.
Yeah, can't resist fried dough. I forgot what it was called.
Same.
My apologies. Other than that, it was a real cool story how they integrated that whole thing into the the plot of the story. Like that part was really really well done. Even showing how the British was coming from. She just like straight murked that soldier at the beginning. How her great grandfather was like, man, I don't want your charity. Like just showing just the prideful nature of man. I mean, these are kind of themes and tropes that transcend any sort of like race, creed, or religion because they're just universal themes, and they really tapped into that today.
Once you came back, it opened the little portal or whatever.
Yeah, the Veil.
I don't know the name of the little side people other than Najma, but one of her little
Clandestines.
Yeah, her little people went into it. I was like, yeah, we got this. And stone, bone, dead.
Yeah, of course it had to be the black lady.
Yeah.
Kill her first. So it was like...
I mean, but she wasn't the first in the group to die.
Yeah.
Like a scary movie.
Yeah. But she did. She sacrificed herself to let them know that it wasn't going to work. The thing that I did not like most about this, and this is just, it's endemic to like a lot of shows now, where we want to redeem the villain. So the villain is essentially going to be Najma. So the villain is Najma, right?
Yeah.
At the end, all of a sudden, she has this like, this maternal instinct kicks in. She was like, hey, how about your son? And she's like, oh yeah, I do have one of those.
And she was like, only way I can do it to close it. And she went in the veil and she died, of course.
Yeah, so
and like
her essence.
Yeah, went into Kamran and he got like the little fists that they have that Kamala has, but in green and blue instead of purple.
That part for me was like, no. Like, why do we do this? And why do we need to have Kamran basically have the same abilities as Kamala? Like, that part for me was like, I don't know. Hopefully they'll reconcile that episode 6. But just watching it, like, everything was going so well. And then that happens. I'm like, y'all ain't even really explained this. It just was like, all right, yo, this is going to happen. All of a sudden she has this, like, this good feeling, oh, yeah, I'm going to save my son, and then I'm going to close the veil. You didn't even know how the veil was open. How you going to close it? That's
like, how do you know you would be able to close it instead of you just dying?
Yeah, like, I don't like that. It just was...
I was wondering that too.
It was very... That part for me was, like, very weird, because they was hitting home runs almost the whole episode for me. Like, I was in it, fully devoted, especially when she went to find her grandmother and lead them back, and she's the one who basically made the stars, because the hard light broke into little pieces of star that led us to her father. Like, that was like, oh man, I appreciate that. And then she goes back, boom, and then like we get this nonsense. So I was like, come on, yo. Your boy gave her the scarf, so now she has basically almost her whole uniform. But yeah, overall, like this is definitively the best episode.
Thinking about it, another funny scene is where Kamran met with Bruno, and he was like, he genuinely thought that Brian was his name.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I really thought your name was Brian. This boy thought Nikola Tesla was like Tesla. Like,
it's cost.
Like, bro, like, who are you, yo? Yeah, so there was some levity to that, and of course we're gonna have the DODC be the catalyst for the conclusion or resolution of this series, as they blew up the shop, just like they blew up the shop in Queens. What's that crap called? Spider-Man. So yeah, again, another parallel to Spider-Man MCU. That's all I really got for this one. Very pleasantly surprised and happy to see how this finishes. Any predictions for next week?
No.
Me neither. Tomorrow, going to see Thor.
All right.
Going to see Thor tomorrow. I don't care what time we get home. We will be giving you our instant reaction for that. And recording it, uploading it. It's probably going to get that upload to like 11. Don't care. But yeah, definitely subscribe for that. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow night. Make sure you catch us, subscribe here, TikTok, IG, and if you're nasty, FB. But that's all we got. Till next time.